it's Jerry Ann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and tonight we are working on a mini album from close to my heart called the My Creations All Sorts mini album, and the album is Z1224. And the best part about the album itself, and granted my phone is now ringing. Hold on a second. All right. Anyhow, my husband, I think, got it. So anyway, we're going to work on the All Sorts mini album from Close to My Heart. And in it is the 3 rings that you can use to bind the album if you choose. And this one has a scalloped edge on it. This one has a bigger scallop. 2. This has got a ticket tag edge. 3. Yeah, I can. 4. This has got a ticket edge as well. A small scallop edge. And then another one of the bracket edges. Give me just a second and I will post my oh crap. All right, let's see. I'm doing good. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Let me get, oh, here I am. Let's see. Here is my blog address. You know, we're doing better. You know, we're dealing with the fallout with Harrison, of course, of hitting the deer the other night. And that he just doesn't understand why the car is broke and why we don't have a car and can't just go somewhere. So he's kind of struggling with that a bit. However, we're doing okay. We really are doing okay. So, of course, my boys just left, and of course the dog is left outside, which means that he will take off the back door if I don't go let him in, because that's what my dog does. So rather than ruin the back door, I'm going to have to run upstairs. Yeah, Harrison is just really not happy, and he just didn't understand. I think that's the biggest thing. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, so should have no more interruptions. Hopefully. Yeah, well, and Harrison just he didn't process things the same way. He was intent on going to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And he was just kind of like, we're ready to go, where are you? And, you know, we want to go. So, that was crazy. I am going to post a link to my website because I have some special stuff to share with everybody. All right. So, I'm going to show you the paper collection, then I'm going to tell you the special stuff. Okay, I have no idea where my chat is going. Okay, let's see. All right. So, oh, yeah. Thanks, Lucinda. I can't open both windows at the same time in the social stream as well as the chat. For whatever reason, something just is wonky with it tonight. All right, so we are going to use the All Sorts mini album, which is Z1224, and that we are going to be using the stamp of the month from Close to My Heart, which is called You Are. And the cool thing about this stamp set is it has some really cute words, some backgrounds. It's really super versatile. And that it says fun, amazing, cool, original. You are positively, you are truly, incredibly. It says inspiring, wonderful, awesome, super, phenomenal. And then it's got some of these cute little starburst kind of things as well. So we're going to use this stamp set because it is the stamp of the month for this month. We are going to use, yeah, it's really nice for journaling, and that's, we're going to use that one. We are also going to use the card word puzzle, and that is C1494, and this is really great for a card maker. The cool part is it's got some lined roses, and then it's got all the words you could possibly imagine that you would need. Everything from shower, bridal, think. If you go to my website and you type in card word puzzle, it'll give you a close-up of what the stamp looks like. There's the bigger flower, a smaller flower, a little flower. There's some leaves, as well as a butterfly here. You can go ahead and place an order, and I will, because that's the exciting part that I'm going to share with everybody tonight. So there's that stamp set, and then there is this cool paper from Close to My Heart. This is the Pemberly collection from Close to My Heart, and the number for it is X7148B, and this is just the paper pack. You can also buy the Workshop on the Go, and it comes with a stamp set and some embellishments and things like that. But I'm just going to use the paper pack tonight and the coordinating colors. So the paper pack again is the Pemberly X7148B. Oh, yep. I'm a Close to My Heart girl, and I buy Stampin' Up stuff too. Nope, you didn't miss anything. I saw that you had a commercial, so I hung on for a minute. The coordinating colors for this pack are bamboo, desert sand, honey, Indian corn blue, outdoor denim, Pacifica, and vanilla cream. You're welcome. So this is the signature page, and then this is the back of that page, and you can kind of see it's got some really nice tone on tone. And then hexagons. Yes, we can. Or trade. Trade works too. Hexagons with the little flowers and stuff. And then these little flowers are actually very similar to these little guys here in this stamp set, which is really nice. So we can create our own. This is the back side, and it is just a yellow. And if you go to my website, you can see these really up close, better than my camera's going to show. And then there's this really pretty, this reminds me of paisley. I just, that prairie girl skirt kind of thing. And then the back side is a deeper shade with some more masculine tones to it and everything. And then, of course, they also have the zip strips. So one of the zip strips here has this nice little floral border. And then there's another one that says, "A little bit of sunshine is what you are to me." And then the zip strip on this one is just a really nice little design. So that is really cool. And then I have some stickies, which are the stickers that go with the collection as well. And I thought we might use these as well. So and then of course we'll add all the bling and all the other goodies and stuff. A lot of times I am not a purist when it comes to close to my heart. I use a ton of different things. Yeah, I love the strips. They make the cutest little flowers, even if you don't, if you're not going to use anything else. So I'm definitely not a purist, and so I'm going to show you a little bit of kind of where we're going with an album, because sometimes an album that's just blank is pretty intimidating for people. Yeah, bling. And so I'm going to show you one that I've already done in a collection that is a long time retired. However, it's pretty cute, and we're going to kind of take some of the ideas from it and kind of work. The other thing is that I will be using our how-to books in order to do a 2-page layout, and even though the edges are detailed in different ways, we will actually just kind of incorporate those pieces in as well. So this is the project that we're working on. And the exciting thing that I was going to share with everybody is I am going to go ahead and give this album away at the end of it being completed. So at the end of April, I am going to do this as a giveaway. So it's completely finished, ready for photos, that kind of stuff. And how to get entries into the drawing for this is to place an order on my website. For every $25 order, then you will receive 1 entry into the drawing. So if you have an order that's $25, you get 1. If you get an order that's, say, $50, you'll have 2 drawings. If you place an order of any amount, you will at least get 1 entry into. In order to get multiple, actually, let's do that. Any order gets you 1, $25 gets you 2, and then every $25 after that will give you an additional entry into it. So we'll work on this for about 2, maybe 3 weeks. Give everybody an opportunity to kind of see some of the stuff and determine if it's something that you really like and would like to have. You can see some of the stamps, some of the products that we have for Close to My Heart. It's a new quarter, and so part of that is when you have a wrecked car, you have to figure out how to make your minimum. So that's the other issue that I'm kind of working on as well. So I'm drumming up some business, and if you place an order, I will definitely enter you into a drawing to win the completed album. All right, any questions? And I'll show you what the album will kind of look like when we're done. Only this one has been used and touched and that kind of stuff. And we'll use some different techniques and some flowers and some different things. So this is a completed album using the same kind of papers. Okay. So this one was the stickies and things. So this is, like I said, this is the completed album. And it's a few years old, so get a chance to show you. Yeah. And then the nice thing is that these layouts for the different pieces really truly are out of the how-to books that are being retired at the end of this catalog season. Hopefully that'll be something new and exciting that's coming up soon. So this is kind of the idea behind what I'm looking at. I definitely want everybody to ask a few questions if you have any as we kind of go along. And tonight my plan was to pretty much get the album itself covered using the brand new Pemberly collection. And then once we've got it covered, we can start pulling out some different layouts and different things that we're looking at using. All right. Thanks, Lucinda. All right, so let's see here. Okay. So, thanks. So let's go ahead and start with the front and back of our album. I really, really, really love this paper. And so I want it to be the cover of my album. So that's what I'm going to use first. And what I'm going to do is determine what I want for a spine color. All right, I'm going to use these two. Let's see, which flower am I going to want to use? So this album is 6 1/4 wide. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my paper at 6 1/4. Only I want the butterfly on the front of my album. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the zip strip so that I can use the butterfly. And then the album itself is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches wide, it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. Yeah, they are really pretty. I'm going to just go ahead and cut this off at a 6 inch. And that leaves me kind of the butterfly there. And then this will be the piece for the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece at 1 inch. And that's going to give me the strips to go down the side here. And we decided they were 6 1/4, so I'm going to need 2 of those. One for the front and one for the back. If that's nothing, I prefer that things match front and back at least. And I like my pages to be have continuity between the two. All right. Oh, so I finished over the weekend. I finished my swap, my tags for the project over at Following the Paper Trail. So that was really nice. They turned out really, really cute, I think. All right, so my question is, do I want to distress the edges first? And then I'm going to want to butt this right up against it. All right, well, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and use some Indian corn blue and go ahead and ink my edges just so that all of them are the same color. And all I do is I just kind of brush through and ink the edges up. And because the majority of it's going to be covered up, it's okay if it gets kind of messy. The idea is to get a good coverage across the page pieces. It'll be back. He'll be back in just a second, I promise. Alright, so I have a friend who gave me this cute little wooden roller. And it is, I'm thinking like a pasta roller, but you could use your rubber brayer and everything. But I'm going to use some liquid glue on this. And I like to have the glue so that I can spread out the glue, and then it's not all bumpy and it gets to the edges as well. Now the question is, do I want these inked as well? You know, we'll go back to that in a minute. So I'm just doing a really thin line all over the chipboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my back corner here on. And smush it down well. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my other piece and butt it up really well close together, and then smush it out. So get a nice clean cover. Then I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife, which I have become good friends with, and trim away the extra. Yeah. Well, and it kind of saves paper too, because you only have a 6 by 12, and this piece is 7 inches wide, and so it gives you kind of a binding effect. All right, so then we get our edges. So this is the front of the album, and let's go ahead and grab the back piece and get that on there too. All I'm doing is just inking the edges of this piece again. All right, and then anything that doesn't work, I have matching pens to my ink colors, so I will just go along with a marker and finish that in. All right, so I'm going to do exactly what I did on the first page here, which is just add my paper, giving us the front and back of our book. All right. All right, and let's see. So if this is the front and this is the back, we want to butt this up like so, so that the flowers aren't upside down. And then we're just gonna, again, pizza roll it around. I'm gonna go ahead and take the little swoopy parts off. Guys are really quiet. Did you all go over to the social stream where I'm not seeing anybody because there are fun people over there? Or are you being creative? How did those birthday cards come out, Kathy? Oh, awesome. All right, so here's the cover, the front cover, and the back cover of our book. Okay. I am going to grab my Big Bite and punch my holes. All right, so we have our holes punched for our front and our back. All right, and so that's our back. I'm going to go ahead and stick that way. And then we're going to go ahead and do these 2 pages here. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges. I'm pretty much going to do that to the entire album. And this is where I'm going to go dig out my Indian corn blue marker. Let me grab my Indian corn blue marker. Oh my. Well, they're not there. Let's see, where did I put those markers then? Well, that's pretty interesting. I'm sure they're in a plastic bag all together. All 62 of them. Gotta love that part. Well, 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 well. Where in the world did they go? I think somebody ate them. Either that, they're in a drawer. Well, that's just peculiar. And very interesting. Because a bag that big does not just grow legs and walk away. Oh, that's because they're hidden underneath my swap stuff. Here we go. Found them. More goodies that need a home. Alright, so like I said, I found them. They were hiding. Here's my Indian corn blue one. They were feeling neglected, maybe. I don't know. Because our ink and our markers match, I can color in the edges so that you can't tell that they were white. All right, let's see if we can get this one just a little more. And that's always a trick you can use when you have inks and things that match. You can use the markers to get in there. All right. So I am going to use Buddy. Oh, gotta love the dog who decides he needs to be in the garbage or in whatever he can find. Stay out. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the zip strip off of that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at, You know, mine only gets in the garbage when he thinks he can get away with it. And it becomes quite irritating. Alright, so I cut two 4-inch pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and put those across the top here. And then what I'm going to do is use the flip side to do the ball. Well, yep. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and split this piece down the middle. One and a half, 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and give that to the bottom there. And then I think I'm going to use the zip strip to go across. Well, that's just peculiar. I cut one of these pieces at one size, one of these pieces at another size. Gotta love it. At least there's 2 sheets of everything. All right. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one at 7 inches. Hi, Dawn. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for this one. That gives me a photo match. Hi, Dawn. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and stamp over the top of these with our stamp of the month. I'm going to go ahead and use the Argyle stamp. Let's see. I purposely did not put these blocks away. And then that gives me kind of the fishnet kind of piece. And the cool part of, again, is because they're clear, you can line them up really well together. And there's the second piece. Yeah, I like Close to My Heart clear stamps. They are probably my favorite. And I have other brands, and I have cling mount, and I have rubber mount, and I have all kinds of stuff, and I come back to Close to My Heart every time. All right, so these pieces are going here. And so the next piece, we're going to need a piece that goes in between. I am working on a mini album that I am going to give away at the end of the project in about 2, maybe 3 weeks for people who place orders on my website. For every order, I will do I'll do an entry into the drawing, and for every $25 order, you'll get 2 entries, and then for every $25 more, you will get an additional entry into the drawing. So it will be nice. It'll be nice because then I'm kind of making something that people will get, and I think that that's nice. So, all right. So it looks about like a 3/4 of an inch piece here. And this is about 1.5 inches. So I can do 3/4 and 3/4. Okay, Goldie Fish, you got censored. Actually, it looks like you tried to post something. You might have to spell it out. Oh, okay. I will put it in again. My website is, hold on, let me grab it. Oh, here you go. There you go. We're using the stamp of the month for this month. We're using the card puzzle that matches the paper pack, and you're welcome, and we're just going to kind of play and see where it takes us. So I'm pretty excited about that. So right now we're just covering the book. Getting all the base pages and stuff down, and then we'll go back and put in photo mats and embellishments and things. The stamp of the month, this one here is called You Are. And then the other stamp that we are going to use is called Word Card Puzzle. So the stamp number is, let's see, S1204. And the card puzzle is C1494. I've been dying to make cards with that stamp set, so I really need to get it together and get some cards done. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add my glue. You're welcome. All right, and then we have our little strip here. And then I'm just going to take my roller dude here, kind of take the bumpies out and smooth that glue to the edges. Okay, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with page 2. There's also a really cool paper promotion. I just have not ordered it yet. It's on my list to do, called Dottie for You. And it's 24 sheets of paper for $5 when you place a $35 order. And the paper is to die for. It is really cute. So I am pretty excited about getting that as well. There is a green and gray combination, like a sweet leaf and a gray wool, I think, or gray flannel, one of the two grays. And it is just absolutely brilliant in person. So that is my plan, is to get some of that here in the next couple weeks. And then I'm just lining these two pieces up together so it gives it one nice long line and they end up looking even. Alright, so we're going to take our X-Acto knife again. Take our scrap paper away so we're not cutting it all up. All right. Yeah, you know, having a kid with issues really, I was not able to do it for a little while, and I still bought product and stuff, but I love this stuff. And for a while I was junior, and then I decided to let it go when I started working at the store and teaching classes at the store, and I really love it. So, and that's why I've kind of come back to it. And then the other was I love teaching classes, and so it was one of the things I was pretty good at. And so I decided that I would kind of see what I could do about doing some online stuff, because I had so many people who were like, well, where are you going to teach and what are you going to do? And so I decided that I watched a lot of Ustream. I watched Catherine over on the Scrap Beach, and I watched Laura at the Paper Trail, and Kathy from Paper Phenomenon, and that kind of stuff. And I really thought this would be something fun that I could do. And given that my boys normally had something to do on Mondays, it would keep me crafting, it would keep me in doing, and I would feel like I was still getting to do some fun things and afford kind of the new stuff that I wanted. And you know, I have been very blessed. I've had orders on my website from multiple locations and stuff, and the people who have done that, you know, have been all over the country. And I appreciate that. And, you know, I get emails all the time from people asking if, kind of asking what I use or where they can buy something. And that makes me happy too. Because that means that even though I'm kind of here with, you know, a dozen people on a Monday night, there are people who are actually watching the videos at a later date. So I'm happy. It works for me right now. So yeah, I'm really excited with what I've been able to accomplish. Let's see, I'm going to look for my file, True Fit files, or whatever they're called. See if I can't take the edge off of a few of these things. We have quite a few around here too. And I think a lot of people think that they have to be a purist too when you start kind of using different things and doing a home-based business and everything. I think that that's one of the other things that is hard is, you know, I've run into a few people who are, you know, you can only use, and if you're going to sell it, you really should only use. And while I completely understand the philosophy behind it, I like a variety of things. And so therefore, I'm not, you know, I will be nice and I will encourage everybody to kind of use this stuff. I think the other thing is that I don't want, I want people to bring the stuff out from underneath the whatever. Okay. I really can't find my filing tools. Now they definitely were kidnapped. Don't know by who, but they must have been. So I'm going to have to pull out the other tools. So now I'm just kind of sanding the edges of the paper to make it more, to make it neater. I think each company has something different to offer as well. And then I also believe it has something to do with, you know, what it was that you learned how to use. Like I am not a stamper. I am a paper crafter. And I can use stamps, but I was never really interested in doing the stamp thing. I was a scrapbooker, paper crafter, and so I was just interested in the papers. And then there was one stamp set. There was one set that came out that was a bunch of little cars and stuff, and that's what got me, and that's what encouraged me to sign up as a close to my heart consultant. I think that's about 6 years ago. And even though I kind of stepped away for a little while, I've always come back to it. Alright, so you can see it kind of cleaned the edges up really nice. And that. And so it just gives them a more finished look. Alright, so we have the cover and we have the two inside pieces that have kind of their base papers. Yeah. Well, and it just takes the little bit of oomph off. And honestly, you can use a nail file. Just get a nice one. And it'll do the same thing. All right, so the next 2 pages I'm going to go ahead and do the distressing too. And then I'm going to use my pen again and get in the little pieces here. And that just made all the edges in there. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm thinking this scallop is the same scallop as is on the Art Philosophy cartridge. This one right here, in that length. Only I gave my Cricut to my friend to use, so we can't test that theory. Tonight, anyway. So, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this paper. I'm cutting it at 6 1/4, and I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to start these from the back. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and use the little strips here. So first of all, though, I want to darken up these pieces here. Might have to grab the heat gun, dry that up a little bit. Yep, the pine saw lady. Alright, let's see if I can, hopefully not blow a circuit. All right. Okay. Ah. Ugh. I wouldn't go that far. You can actually you can download like an ad blocker or something along those lines. That would take care of some of that too. All right. I would love to send you a close to my heart catalog. If you place an order, I send them out for free. If not, I usually charge $5 for them. But then I send them out and everything. So, but yes, I can do that. If you want to send me an email, I will be more than happy to work something out with you. And because that's usually how I get addresses for everybody. And I love having a paper catalog. And so, but I will, my email address is we are just getting that kind of stuff all settled. I haven't played a whole lot with it. It came out right around the time that we were going on vacation and everything. So I haven't set my newsletter up. It's on my list. But I have a blog, and I usually put all of my information and stuff up on my blog. And I have a Facebook. So, and you can view the catalog online. That would be workable. Totally. Just send me an email. Oh my gosh. I had big, huge wire-bound ones for a while, and then decided, really, my style has changed so much that they're not really that helpful. And then we do the fair here. I gave you the email address. There it is again. Oh, no, I don't. I order from whoever. I usually find something, I'll be watching a video or something, or I'll see a video or a thing. But no, I don't have a Stampin' Up! Person here at all. Ooh. That I've ordered from. So I definitely understand how that feels when somebody else kind of does that. And so no, not at all. All right. Oh. So, sorry. I like the newsprint kind of stuff, and Stampin' Up! Seems to have quite a bit of that, which makes me happy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add the zip strip here down the side. Oh, me too. It really has been one of my things. I've told my husband a couple of times, I'm like, you know, it would give Harrison a job. I would have a job. You know, it would make me happy, you know. Believe me, I've talked a lot about it. Actually, I kind of wanted to do more of a crop center opposed to an actual store where I pretty much kind of rented out crop space, and then did pre-orders for some of the new latest and greatest stuff coming in, and then that way people could get the new stuff, but I wouldn't have to keep everything in stock. And then it's all prepaid as well. I loved working at the local store, and that when it closed here, when the one that I worked at here closed, I was very sad. And then our last store is closing as well, and so that's happening too. It was very sad. So I'm sure. Well, and that's one of the things. My husband totally supports me with Close to My Heart and the things that I want to do with it. And especially since I've been able to pretty much not use household budget stuff for scrapbooking supplies, which is nice. So, all right, so let's see. We've got the next page here. I'm not sure I could do that. There's a few pretty persistent people. So. All right. So we have these pages. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a ruler. And how about we piece these pages together? I think that'll be a really cute kind of idea to be able to use some of these scraps and pieces and stuff. So I'm just going to ink the edges of this page. Yes, but everybody gets to be a Pine Sol Diva. All right. I've started really working hard at only buying what I'm using and then using the stuff that I know I love in my stash opposed to hoarding some more. Which is why I have 4 of these books in my stash. All right. My husband made me a craft room. Actually, I took over a corner of the basement, and then last year when things were kind of rough with Harrison and all of that kind of stuff, he put a ceiling in and painted. He put some slat wall up for me and everything. And so even though it's not officially a room, it is my room. And so that's really, it's fabulous. It's such a huge difference when you actually have like an actual room with a ceiling opposed to just the beams for the floor. And so it definitely I think he was trying to keep me sane is what he was trying to do, and it worked a bit. It did work a bit. All right, so let's see, we've got some scraps of things. I have a couple more pieces of paper. Let's see. So I need 2 pieces. Let's see, what do I want to do the ends in? I kind of want this in the center, so let's see what I got here. Let's do this one. Oh, I would love some cubes. I would love some real furniture kind of stuff from IKEA. Mm. Yeah, but he didn't see the years worth of other stuff that I have. My husband is a precision metal machinist, and he works for a company that has gone to lean manufacturing. And so when I finally told him I was feeling very guilty about the amount of things that I had in my stash, he basically told me, if it isn't making us any money and it isn't bringing you any enjoyment and you're not using it, he said, he said, go ahead and get rid of it. It's okay. So that was really, really, really helpful. Yeah, so it was really nice. And even though I felt very guilty about as much money as I had spent on things, he was just very supportive. Ugh. I have paper. Oh my gosh. That was the year my son was born. I so have paper from that year. Alright, so now I have to figure out how. I need a little bit longer. Oh, that'll work there. Ah. Yeah. Well, it's easy to let go at that point. What? You guys are funny. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use this across here. I think I'm going to find a piece of this long enough. Dig some out of the scrap bag. Oh, there we go. Alright. And then this is, what, an inch? So I need this to be an inch. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and put these pieces in. My son likes to do crafty things. He made the tags for the honey sale, so he was totally excited about that. And they've started selling their honey, And so he's gung-ho about that. I've driven through Ohio a couple of times, and really, yeah. Ooh. Although I've never been to an archiver, so that would probably entice me to drive through Ohio. Night, Lucinda. Thanks for coming. Does anybody know where Tony is? I know she was going to go on vacation. Ah. And what words were those? Ah. Ah. Oh, yeah. Wow. That would be pretty annoying. I know she was on vacation or going on vacation. So oh, that would be awesome. She is a really nice lady. I really enjoyed visiting with her and everything. She placed an order on my website for one of the card books. And so that was really, really nice. Before I even kind of started really kind of letting people know that I was doing close to my heart, and she really liked that. I am in Washington State, in Eastern Washington. Oops. And where do they want you to go? There's not a lot there, Dawn. Really. It's kind of desolate. Lots of farmland. Lots of farmland. So this is one of the sides. All right, so here the pages are side by side. Trying to get in camera focus. Oh my gosh, it is the longest, busiest, crazy state ever. I drove cross country. I lived in Jersey for a couple of years. And I lived in Jersey for a couple of years. And when I went to college, I went to school in Connecticut. And at Christmas time, my first year, I drove cross country, or maybe it was the summer, and that I drove cross country from Connecticut back to Washington, bought a car, and then went back to Connecticut. And Montana is the longest state there ever is. I think it's probably even, well, I don't know. I know that Texas is pretty big, but Montana, yeah, just a lot of nothing. Yeah, just a lot of nothing. All right. So these are the last 2 pages that need to be covered in the book. Oh, no. I found the other page. Here we go. We still have a few more. Yeah, I'm sure. It's also not cold there. Montana's cold. And it's really cold. I loved New England, so it's one of my favorites. I love Boston. Oh, one of my favorite places to go. And that I loved New York City, and you know, I can actually say I've driven in New York City. I drove a car in New York City. Downtown Manhattan kind of stuff. Yeah, I've done a lot of things. Lots and lots and lots. I don't know. I don't have a desire to go out of country. And truthfully, it has it has a lot to do with like being kidnapped and held hostage or something weird. But really, I have no desire. None. I would like to go to the Mall of America in Minnesota. That would be fun. They have a huge scrapbook store there. I'm trying to think if it's an Archivers or whatever, but they do some really cool stuff there. So, all right. So the next 2 pages, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and use my other piece of this. Oh, my boy should be home soon. All right. Wow. I think I'm going to, let's see. Hmm. Yeah. My family did a lot of traveling with the RV kind of stuff a few years ago when it was super popular. All right. Yeah, it is. Totally. They said, again, it could be upwards of $5 a gallon by summertime. And I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we had just filled our wonderful little car up with gas before we hit the 2 deer. On Friday. So, oh my gosh, only $3.70. There are some places where it's $4.09 here. $4.09. That's just crazy. So these are 2 more of the pages. Yeah. Let's see if I can get them in. Eastern Washington, near Idaho. Thanks. All right, so what paper have we not used a lot of? So now I have the last 3. Yeah, I'll tell you where to get cheap gas. All right. Part of me is like, how fancy do I want to be? You know, I'm thinking I might want some outdoor denim. Not yet, but it is on my list because I plan on using it as a gift. Have you made one yet? Cool. I am participating in the tag swap over on Following the Paper Trail. And I got my tags done, and so I finished those yesterday, and then I have a card swap over on the Scrap Beach that I participate in as well. So I wanted to get those done, and since I didn't need the tea caddy until till May for birthday kind of stuff, I figured I had some time. But I've been hoarding the paper for it. So, no, I actually did shabby chic. Because as much as I kind of like the grungy thing and it's kind of boy related, I was a little scared, and that I would end up with cherub something, you know, those freaky cherub dudes. Did you want to see the tags, Dawn? They're really cute, and I have a card. So awesome. Hold on, and I'll grab them. Oh, you know, I've done enough swaps that I'm not real nervous if people are gonna like them. But I totally understand for people who, you know, they haven't done a whole lot of them before. All right, let's see. So I have my 2 tags, and they're all oh, you know, and that was really cool about Laura. She was like, everybody is good enough. Everybody can do it. Nobody's going to critique it, you know, and you don't know what to do if you haven't done or participated in a while. So, and Pooh Bear, I can't remember your first name. Are you back from the Pine Saw lady again? This is one, which is my shabby chic one. Belinda, great. This is my shabby chic one. It's got a dress form and some lace and some pop-up butterflies and everything. And then this is the one that I really, 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 really liked. I loved the stamp sent on a minute. You're welcome. I had a friend, Laura, LG Memory Making, Laura, who's in Massachusetts, who has a Zibbit store, who does some little flowers and stuff. And so I bought some flowers. So these are flowers that she had actually created, these ones here. And so I used them, so I didn't end up hoarding them. So those are my 2 tags. And then this is what I played with yesterday. I have one more regular card to do for the card swap. And so, again, different group, same kind of colors and style. But the cool part about this one is it is a easel card. And so when you open it up, it's got kind of the torn notebook kind of paper. And then it's an easel card. So it stands up and sits up nice. I thought they were really pretty. Over on the Scrap Beach, you asked to be part of the Scrap Beach Ning site, the NIG site. And then you basically go in and they do a monthly card swap. And you have to do 6 cards. Very similar in pieces, and I got some really incredible ones the very first time I did it, which helped me. I mean, mine were they were nice, but they were pretty basic. So this one is a little more gussied up compared to what I did last time. But that's the nice thing about doing a swap, is that you have an opportunity to really kind of look at what other people are sending, and then you kind of have an idea of what caliber you need to be sending back. So I really liked that. So those are the 3 pieces I have done for swaps so far, which is nice. Oh, see, and I haven't done a lot of that. I'm like, well, I don't know exactly what I would send. And then I'm like, what will I use? I've joined a couple of mini album swap kind of stuff, and the stuff that I've gotten back is really cute, but I haven't used it yet. And so I signed up for a fairy swap, Um, and you were trying to get me off track. I signed up for a fairy swap, a fairy album swap kind of thing. And I have an idea, but hated the bottle swap. Oh, cool. And so I so I think it's just kind of whatever it is that you're going to use. The fairy thing, I was really excited. I was going to get to go to Craft Warehouse, which is a really nice craft store in the Pacific Northwest. And I was looking for the springtime collection from Graphic 45 because I thought, oh, that would be so cute to use with the fairies and stuff. And I was so excited. And then the dumb deer decided to hit my car. And the nerve of them not having any insurance on their end. How dare they? So my son, of course, will be home soon. Oh. Well, we had insurance. We just had liability on the car. So, like, if we hurt somebody, it would have taken care of it. But we learned a very valuable lesson about comp coverage. Oh. But anyway, you know, we had a huge... We have been driving the same road forever and no big issues whatsoever. And so, you know, we had a 10-year-old car, paid off, no problems, you know, that kind of thing. And you don't ever think about, you know, I mean, we don't ever think about a deer jumping out in front of us, let alone two that decided to stand in the middle of the road while my husband ran them over. Yeah. Well, and the thing is that my kid was in the car and our dog and my husband, and I elected not to drive that day. Usually I drive too, so I was in the passenger seat when that all happened too. And I'm not a good passenger anyway. But I also, you know, and we had, my son has issues on his own, but he was just determined that we were going to Grandma's house on Friday night because we had talked about it. Oh. Now, we smushed these two deer. They were toast. They paid for the damage they caused. They were both toast. We definitely taught them a lesson. But yeah, my son was gung-ho about going to Grandma's, and I really, you know, he still wanted to go to Grandma's. We got home like midnight that night, and he proceeded to basically say, he basically was kind of like, oh, well, we can take the white car to Grandma's tomorrow. Needless to say, my husband and I both were not very willing to drive that road right away. And, you know, and then deal with, you know, all of the stuff comes with, you know, hurting the car and all of that. Plus, we had spent gas money. You know, it was just not going to happen. And that. But Harrison, you know, is fine. You know. He still can't wait to go to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And that, and, you know, depending on things, he'll get to go soon. And then, so that'll be good. And then, my husband was probably, well, it was a 70-mile-an-hour area, and my husband hit the brakes, but I'm guessing he hit them about 50, 55. And that, I mean, we slowed before we hit him. But, yeah. I mean, he hit him pretty hard, pretty quick. All right, ladies. I have covered the book with paper. So we can get to the next part next week. Let me find my... Where are my trusty... Here they are. We'll put these in for right now, but I don't think they're going to stay. I don't think they're big enough. Oh, well, we might have to punch holes all the way through. Thanks. Well, I will flip through it in just a second so everybody can kind of see. And then we'll add some photo mats. We'll add some journaling spots. We'll add some homemade flowers. We'll add some stamping, which is why I think these little itty-bitty things are not going to fit real well, because I think by the time that it's done, it's going to be pretty big. But they can live in there for tonight, I guess. And that is, I kind of map out what we're going to do next. I like the colors. They turned out really nice. Alright, so here is the front cover, and all it is now is just papered. So the front cover and the first two pages, okay, the first two pages, and then the next two pages, and then these two pages, and then these two, And then these are the last two, and the back cover. So that kind of starts our book off. Thanks. All right. Well, Belinda, we will see you again. I will be back again next Monday. I try occasionally to get on Sundays, and usually Sundays I'm just kind of working on little stuff. So if you're around on Sunday, definitely pop in and that. So you can kind of chat, and usually that's when I catch Tony, and that is Sunday evenings, if she's around. So all right, I will. I can't open my emails right at the moment for whatever reason, but you have mine, and I am sure I will get one from you. So anyhow, it was a nice night. I really enjoyed hanging out with all of you and kind of chatting and that. And next week we'll add all the Gussie. We'll start. We'll do the front cover next week and start doing a few of the inside pages and that. We'll use some lace. We'll use some flowers. We'll do all kinds of stuff. So, and that it'll be fun. And then again, just to share with everybody who's watching, if you go to my website, www.jerryannarmstrong.myctmh.com, and you place an order on my website, you would get 1 entry into the drawing for the finished book. And for every $25 in order, you will get an additional drawing. So you can place an order for something really inexpensive on the clearance section and be entered for the drawing. And for every $25 in orders, you'll get an extra. So if you place an order for like $7, you'll get an entry. If you place an order for $25, you've got 2 entries. And then for every $25 after that. So, oh, I forgot that. That's wrong. Hold on. Let's see. ctmh.com. And I will put this in the recorded part of the video as well. So, in the video description and everything. So, thank you again, everyone, for joining me tonight. I had a great time, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Have a great night, all.